All right, so the problems tab, you'll notice that the ribbon is still up there with all that information, so you can still find it. The problems tab has more information about the problem, so it gives you a long list and tells you what's active, what's inactive, both active and inactive, and any problems that have been removed. So if you're going to enter a new problem, you can see if it's already been entered and you can reactivate it rather than enter a new problem. So to do that, you can right click it and restore that problem. The active problems. So active problems are going to be those chronic problems. If a provider puts a problem in the problem list, it will show up on the encounter form. So it's a good idea to put those in when they're seeing the patient, just because then it'll show up on the encounter form. There is an option to enter a new problem. So here it'll give you a list of the categories and the problems that are in here. If you don't see the problem that you're looking for, you can choose other problem. It'll give you a term to search, and you can do it that way. If you just type in stroke, it's going to give you this. And it wasn't giving them exactly what they wanted. And that's very frustrating. So we put a tool in here for that. Under tools, okay, so under resources is something called iMagic SNOMED to ICD-10. So this is relatively new. It's been placed in here in the last few months. So it'll let you search for, so I'm going to choose stroke again. And here it gives me several options that make a lot more sense. So I'm going to choose this. And get ICD-10 codes. And here it gives me that SNOMED code. So I'm going to copy that and go in here, and I can put this into choose acute. If there were a treatment factor here, so if it was service connected, these would bold out and you would want to choose one. You can add a comment. Click OK. So now it's in here and it'll show up on my encounter form when I go to write a note. If I had wanted to enter this under another provider's name, I can do that. So this is usually why providers don't enter them is because they don't want to be responsible for the problem. So say it was an ER provider and they don't want to be responsible for that problem moving forward, they could enter it under the primary care provider's name because they're going to follow up with them. So I could put it under Dr. Chikowski or something like that. So you can do that and notify them, of course. So that's always an option too. And then if you are a primary care provider or something like that, you would want to go through this list and remove anything that's not or not acute from their list and kind of keep the active problem list in check, just because the longer the list, the more difficult it is to navigate.